Coming from someone who has struggled with confidence for a big portion of my life, I think I'm a perfect person to give you guys the ultimate guide to building real confidence and being confident within yourself without the performance, without the validation, just inner real confidence that only you can pull from. It doesn't come from any type of external influences or anything like that. So today we are going to be getting into it because it's all about your energy. Your energy always presents you before you even speak. There's many reasons on why you can choose to glow up, but when you do it for yourself and for yourself only, it just feels completely different. It's on a whole new level. Let's get into the actual glow up, the kind that starts within. So this is going to be mindset shifts, changing the way that you talk to yourself, good habits, the change that really does something within you and builds real lasting confidence. Okay, so we're going to talk about the way that you talk to yourself, because the way that you talk to yourself is actually what's going to help you to build that real inner confidence that comes from yourself. If you're telling yourself that you are good at what you're doing great, and just talking more positive to yourself, not giving yourself false confidence, but actually speaking to yourself in a way that empowers yourself, that's already going to start to build the foundation. One way to do this is to start identifying your strengths. What are you good at, even if it's something small, and start to build upon that. I used to downplay my creativity so much, and I didn't really take it as something that I was super good at. Like, I knew I was good at it, but I did not give myself credit. And as the years passed, I started to realize that I'm so creative. I'm a very creative person, and I didn't really used to acknowledge that, but now that I do, I realize that that's a huge strength of mine. A lot of times we can only start to acknowledge things if we're receiving like external praise for it or money for it, some type of external validation that makes you validate the thing that you already know that you're good at. You're just waiting for that outside confirmation. Outside confirmation can be good sometimes, and it's definitely something that you want to hear from like people you love and people who matter. But at the same time, that should not be what determines your strength or what determines who you are or what you're about. The truth is, leaning into things that light you up and things that make you feel like you're doing something right, even quietly, builds self-trust, builds confidence. So recognize your strengths and lean all the way into them, because what you are great at may be someone else's huge weakness. And even though you may be downplaying it or saying it's not that serious or not that amazing, you could be selling yourself short, because a lot of people may wish to have what you currently are downplaying. Small achievable habits is where things start to stick. Confidence is like a muscle. You build it with repetition. You build it by continuously putting into it every single day. So in this way, you're gonna think tiny wins like making your bed, going for a walk that you maybe didn't used to do, but you're trying to go into more walks. Even sticking to routines or choosing healthier options for yourself is a small habit, something that is very small, a small seed, but over time can grow into something big. Like, you can start to go from walking 1 mile to 5 miles. And notice that as you do that, one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize that you have been automatically starting to show up for yourself without having to think about it. In the comments below, let me know if there's any small habits that you started out thinking wasn't that big of a deal, but then you realize that you achieved a lot from doing that small habit. Which brings me to the fact that you should just be doing things, even if it's messy at first. Now, this doesn't mean doing things without intention. We're gonna talk about that. That is not what I mean. Do things with intention, but also do them. And this is coming from someone who currently is a huge perfectionist, but I've learned to deal with a lot better. In the past, I was just allowing my perfectionistic ways to stop me. I used to delay anything until it was completely right. Like, I did not want my name on it. I did not want any of my energy into it until it was done completely perfect. But a really good realization is realizing that perfectionism to a max, like if you have no balance with it, can actually keep you stuck. It also makes you super hard on yourself. You start to replay mistakes that you made over and over in your head. It makes you have a very hard time letting go of stuff. And when something does go wrong, it's 10 times harder on you. It's so catastrophic when one thing goes wrong. Versus if you wasn't such a perfectionist about it in the first place, it wouldn't be so bad when something goes off track or if something goes wrong, because you would know that you have the courage and the confidence to just rebuild again or fix the mistake. So honestly, learning to move on when things are not perfect is a 10 out of 10 for how you're going to build your confidence and also build up your energy so that you actually feel good in yourself, because it's going to make it so much easier for you to just move on. And this is just going to unlock a whole new level of self-trust, because you're going to start to see things as, if I do fail or if something does not go correctly, then I know that I'm going to be able to push through. So this one is going to sound so cliche, but do not take life as serious. Confidence is honestly built from you realizing that things are gonna like go the way they're gonna go. Like, life has its ups and downs, and if you think that you're gonna be up all the time, or that a situation is gonna always be good, and a situation may be good and then next thing you know it may not be as good, doesn't mean that it has to be completely bad. Also, life just has its ups and downs. Like, the wheel goes up and down. Like, that is literally life. Nothing is really permanent, so your hard moments are not going to always be there, and the sun is always going to come back out. So for me personally, when I'm going through rough spots, I like to dive into my self-care. You can even take yourself out on solo days. This is just going to help you to reset. Which brings me into the next thing that I'm going to be saying for how to be magnetic, for how to make sure that your energy is always on point and that you are always confident in yourself. And that is going to be protecting your space. You're not really obligated to shrink yourself to make others feel good. You're also not obligated to allow others to stay in your life, overstay in your life. Because honestly, every time you do that, you also make yourself feel smaller. Like, you make yourself feel smaller than the situation at hand. You put yourself out of the control spot and whatever situation or person into the spot of control over you, because you feel like that you have to keep that person around or that situation around. But setting boundaries is what's going to help you to pull into your confidence and say, okay, no more. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to have this type of person in my life. I'm not going to have this type of situation in my life, and set those clear boundaries. And that's going to also build up your self-trust, and which is going to in turn help you with confidence. Cut off anything that makes you feel small immediately. That is going to really be the game changer, the thing that changes everything. So if you're setting boundaries and you are not allowing people to ruin peace for you or overstep their boundaries to even get near your peace, claim it down below in the comments, first of all. But second of all, that is going to be the biggest hug to yourself that you could ever give yourself. Okay, so we talked about inner self-talk and we also talked about inner confidence, but now we're gonna move to the more physical, because if you look good, you also feel good. So glowing skin is definitely going to start with consistency. It's going to start with you using products that are good for your skin, and make sure that you get products that are really good for your particular skin. I personally like high quality products that are focused on ingredients. That has been something that has helped me take care of the foundational work when it comes to my skin. Also, I really like to keep a really simple routine. I feel like that the 10-step routines don't really work for my skin. It works for some people, but for others, your skin may be too sensitive for that, like mine, or your skin may completely freak out when you introduce too many new products at once. Try stuff out and kind of figure out your groove of what works for your skin. You guys know that I was not gonna do a glow up video without talking about nutrition. Now, I know you're wondering, what does nutrition have to do with confidence? When you fuel your body with healthy, beautiful, vibrant foods, that's gonna show on the outside. Now, I know that when you're deep into burnout, or when you feel like that you need a wellness reset, a lot of times it can be like, oh, I wanna do a real wellness reset, but stuff is so expensive. I don't wanna have to buy like a $12 smoothie every single day. That is not wellness. Like, you don't have to always do that. Like, that's a part of being, you know, healthy and stuff like that, if you wanna go out and get your own smoothies. But you can also do a lot of that at home. You can make your own smoothies at home so that it's not as expensive. I honestly recommend that when you are focused on wellness, and then when you're trying to do like wellness resets, do not go into performative mode where you're trying to perform wellness. more than listening to your body and actually doing wellness, because wellness can be tailored to your lifestyle. So in that case, wellness is never going to look the same for everyone. You may resonate with people who do certain routines, and it may be exactly what type of wellness works for you. But if it's not, you're able to change out things and do what works with your lifestyle. For example, my wellness routine is more so like stress focused, and I love to focus on healthy foods, love going to Whole Foods. That's the type of stores that I like to go to, food markets, things like that. But that may be overwhelming for someone else. But at the same time, they may take a little bit from my routine. Like, okay, I like the fact that she goes to food markets. Let me start to try to put that in my routine. So if your lifestyle does not match a certain wellness aesthetic, that's fine. That's not the way that you're supposed to be doing wellness anyways. It's always supposed to be tailored to you, because the hard fact is, if you're completely stressed out from trying to follow all of these crazy routines that you don't even resonate with, that just puts stress on your body, and your body is not even absorbing the nutrients the way that it needs to in the first place. So your body does not absorb nutrients correctly when you're overly stressed. So it kind of like defeats the purpose anyways. Drop what's stressing you out. It's not worth it. Okay, another physical trait or thing that you can do to boost your confidence. When it comes to posture, stand tall when you walk. Do not walk slumped over. That is subconscious things that can make you feel more confident, because you're presenting yourself as confident, and it's just telling your body that you are confident, and it gives off that energy to everyone else. Okay, so hydration, I know, is so basic. Drinking more water puts you in a better mood. It helps your skin to glow. It helps you to look and feel better. It's honestly like the easiest reset that you can do. So like grooming, the basics, clean clothing, taking a shower, putting time into your grooming routine. Oral hygiene is also very important. It's definitely not good to not be on top of your hygiene in general. Honestly, when I'm feeling low or feeling sad, or doing things like basic grooming, even if you're having a not so good day, and making sure that you look good on the outside can definitely help. Dress with intention. When you feel like you, it just makes you feel a lot more confident, because you know that that's your style, and you know that the style that you're doing is tailored to you, and everyone else around you knows this as well. When I started to dress the way that I wanted to, and a style that is tailored to me, I noticed that I got way more confident in the way that I show up. And also I feel like that I spend less money on clothes, because I used to buy a bunch of clothes that I did not know what to do with. I've had so many things that I wasn't even gonna wear because they weren't my style, and I just didn't know how to style them. Whereas now I buy with intention. I like buying timeless pieces, or buying pieces that I know I can put with many different things. If you guys want to see like a video on fashion and like the way that I do my fashion, anything like that, let me know in the comment section. Dressing with intention will help your inner you finally match the outer you. Diving a little bit back into confidence when it comes to mindset. Now, you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, she's going back to mindset. That's because confidence is all an inner job. Real confidence, like I said, is not built on external factors. And the reason why I say that is because external factors can fall so quickly, and you never know when they're gonna fall. So if you build your confidence on external factors, when that said situation, or when that person stops validating you, or when things start to die down, you're not going to feel confident, because your confidence is instilled in an external factor. And since those things come and go, when those things do go, your confidence will also go. But when you build within, brick by brick, your confidence can no longer be taken away, because you know that no matter what you lose, you can get it right back, because you're going to trust your own resilience. And that is where the true power comes into play. So how you're going to build that confident mindset is you're going to first get out of your comfort zone. Challenge your comfort zone. You don't always need a full life reset or to do something super risky. Just those small things that stretch you out of your comfort zone can help a lot. I'm a person that truly believes that confidence is not loud or arrogant. It's truly how you treat yourself when no one is watching. Finding your own lane will help with your confidence tremendously. In other words, do not copy others. Remix your own lane. It's so easy to try to copy like an aesthetic or another person just because you feel like, oh, I want that. It is such a weird joy when you honor your own lane and your own aesthetic. It helps you tremendously to stop comparing yourself and to just focus on you. If you're so focused on competing with others, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot fully show up as yourself to the world. And also your energy is going to give that off. You may think you're hiding it, but your energy is giving it off. Embrace what makes you different. I feel like that facing your fears can be such an amazing moment, and it's not about removing the fear, it's about walking through it anyway. And the more that you do that, the more that you prove to yourself that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Okay, so in order to have this clear mind and this mindset that is going to ooze confidence within you, you also need proper sleep. I'm a night owl, so sleep is such a touchy subject for me, but I did start to take magnesium. I have this magnesium spray that I like to spray in my oil diffuser and also on my feet before I go to sleep, and it's definitely been helping with my sleep. Do not underestimate how much things feel great after a good rest and a recharge. So I think that that's all I have for how to feel confidence, how to ooze confidence. I know that these tips are gonna definitely help you guys and be something that you can come back to get tips from. This glow up is yours, not anyone else's. This time in particular is about self-trust, rooted energy, taking your time, and give yourself consistency and little steps to get to wherever you're trying to get. Also reclaim your space, because when you reclaim your space and you realize that you are the main character of your story. So be confident and let your glow speak for itself. And I will see you guys in another video. If you guys want to see more content like this, let me know down below, or by simply liking this video. Like this video, hit the like button if you haven't done that already, and also subscribe if you're new here. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye.